What's up, everybody? Hey, 41 Jake here. Wanted to share something I've been working on. I'm building out my first product. I'm using Kajabi to do it, as you know. And as I started building this, and this is something I'm doing at night, essentially, because during the day, I'm still an advisor. I'm still taking care of my clients. I'm still doing meetings, Zoom meetings, webinars, emails. It's busy. And so as I started to build out my course, I realized I did it all wrong. I started to build it out in the classic sense of like 4 different blocks with all these different sections. And I've done courses like that before. And you know what? I didn't finish them because I got too busy. And so what I realized as I was doing this, I was also going through some of the things that Kajabi had in place to help me. And so it's a 28-day course that they do. And I thought, this has to have some sort of timeline. It has to be bite-sized pieces to help you. So what I did, you can see over here on my board, I was mapping this all out. I did a 12-day course. I took all the content that I was trying to get together, and I realized the most valuable thing for you as an advisor was to help you get more leads, get more clients, get more branding and recognition, so that when you went into a client meeting, when you got invited to that opportunity to talk to them about their plan, they already knew who you were. You don't have to waste all this time trying to build trust and credibility up front because you're already doing a good job distributing value across many different platforms, and you're doing it in a scalable way. That's the whole goal of 41 Jake. That's why I'm doing this, because we're going to an online. You're not going to be able to get these in-person meetings and have this drawn-out process. You need to be already just established and trusted that first call, that first meeting when they reach out to you. So rather than go through this whole big fancy RFP process that we all have done, this big show we put on, right? And you put all this effort and money and spend, look, we've spent thousands. I'm going to do a different video on this. I'm going to add it to this one. I'm going to go through a deck. 5 years ago, our firm, I wasn't with the firm yet, True North, we spent I don't even know, probably like $3 or $4, maybe $5,000 on a pitch deck. And that was, when I started in the industry, that was the thing, right? You had to have the nice glossy pitch deck, and you'd go in and this is all about us. And why do you need that? That's not gonna sell the plan. It's not gonna get you the plan. So the times have changed. Now you need to have a digital footprint, basically online everywhere. You not only have to be able to communicate this way, but you have to be able to be in a lot of different places at one time, and not there physically, I mean digitally. So the whole mindset behind the course is to chop it up into pieces that you can understand and do and actually execute on. And so I'm going to walk you through that, because I think the way that I'm going with this is to help you take your business from how we did 401ks 10 years ago, which everyone still does the same, to a 2020 post-coronavirus situation. So I'm going to walk you through kind of what I did do wrong. And I thought, I'm going to document this along the way to help you understand the power behind the Kajabi platform and how it's helping me in my business, but how, just so you have kind of a record of this is what I've done, and you can start to mold and adapt the different tools and resources that I'm using to teach you, to teach your own clients and your own prospects. It's going to be pretty awesome. So let's dive into I'm going to switch over to my computer and show you what I'm doing. All right, so I'm back on my laptop. I want to walk you through real quick just how I'm building out this product so that I can help you get more clients and do it from the comfort of your home. So let's jump in. I'm going to show you on Kajabi how I'm doing this. And there's some other platforms like Lead Pages and ConvertKit, MailChimp. They kind of have some of the components, but they don't have everything all in one place. So you kind of have to have multiple. So this is the product page here. You can see, I'm going to go back a step. You can see the 3 different products I've started here. The online 401k advisor is what I'm completing right now, which I'm pivoting from. So I wanted you to see kind of the format I was going down, and so I started building this out. So we kind of have this welcome section, and these are broken out into different groups, and you can do I think it's a subcategory underneath the post. So really it's like there's the foundation I was building out. There was 3 different lessons, and then kind of a quiz at the end to make sure you got everything, and then goes through into the contribution and serve them well. So I kind of had it broken down, and this was just really, really long, and I think a little more in depth and more helpful. I think I'll launch this later for specific advisors that haven't even touched the 401k space yet, which is a much smaller market. So what I want to do is help those established advisors, which I already know and work with, and I think could do a better job at getting themselves online. So that's what the 12-step program is. Now, what I've done is I've actually created a new one. So over here, you can see 401j coaching. I'm going to rename that because I just wanted to get this started. This is a 12-week program, but I'm going to make it just 12 steps. So it can be done daily. If you have some downtime right now and you want to just take a step at a time each day, it's going to be in bite-sized pieces so that you can accomplish something within an hour or two a day. Some of them will go a little more in depth and have some more homework. So really the whole idea of this course is to walk you through not only what to do, but how to do it, and give as much as I can possible to you so that you will go through and follow through with it. Because like I said, going back to that other course that I was building, I've paid for courses like that online. Some good ones. Super valuable content. The problem was I would get in here super pumped. I would sign up. I'd pay my money. And what would happen is I would jump in here, the welcome. I'd be fired up. Let's go. And then I'd start doing 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'd get through the first couple sections. And then life would hit. I'd get busy. A client, something would pop up. A need at home with my family. Whatever. And I wouldn't finish. But what I found as I started going through this 28-step program with Kajabi, I've realized I've started and stopped a couple times, but I've been able to jump right back in where I left off, and I felt like I'd accomplished something. If I could just do one more step today, I'm gonna shoot for them tomorrow, but I hope that I can get to the next day, because I don't know what tomorrow holds. So that's really kind of where I'm going with this, and I think that's going to be useful. So hopefully that is something that gives you some idea of how easy this is to not only build a course, but you've got to know what you're trying to accomplish with the course, right? I'm not doing this as my main source of income, or it's more because I know that there's a huge need out there, and that we're all spending money and time on stupid things. To give you an idea, I actually went on a call, was it yesterday? With, it sounds like a great firm. They do a good job, I think, as far as dialing for you, right? Setting up appointments. And I finally got to the numbers out of them. It was a $200 to $400 or $500 per appointment they would set up for you. But then I said, well, how many of those appointments actually get closed on? And the stat was funny to me. And he said about every 2 or 3 out of 10. So let's say 25% close rate, right? So if you're paying $500 and you have to do basically like 1 in every 4 you're going to probably hopefully get, do the math, $2,000. That's a lot of money. And if that account is small or isn't, really doing so well, growing fast, and you're going to have to put a ton of work into it, you're probably like hurting yourself. So if it's your perfect ideal client and they're the size and niche you want, probably worth it. But as well as I do how hard it is to take on a new client, especially when there's just problem after problem and you have to clean it up, and you've got to get them moved, you got to deal with your blackout, you got to do a ton of work, and you're not expecting to really make much money on it till down the road. Sometimes you can't even get paid for 5 months if the timing was wrong, right? So yeah, that's cool. So I think there's going to be a lot better ways to prospect and find new clients through this 12-step program. It's worked well for me. I mean, we doubled our client size in the last year and a half, and it was awesome. And I'm just going more and more at it, and the whole program really walks you through step by step of how I've done it, what works, what doesn't work, where to spend your money that makes sense. But the goal is not to spend money. Like, the goal is to do as much marketing and branding as you can without paying $1. That's the goal. I mean, we're going to spend a little on some things. Technology will help you automate and scale, but it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to pause real quick because I want to walk you through that pitch deck I was talking about. One sec. Let me pull that up. Okay. I found it. I'm going to show you this pitch deck because I think it's really interesting the way that that it was put together. Now, this is professionally done. This was before my time with this company. I think there's some good things to pull from it, but I want you to notice as I go through this some of the things. So there's a whole kind of our integrity is our success, plan, peace of mind, just classic branding, right? Tons of data right up front. Tons of data. If you're a plan sponsor and you're looking at this, I mean, are you really going to take in much of that? It's just too much data up front. That's just my opinion. If I was in HR or a CFO and I'm looking at this going, great, well, what does this do for me, right? So why is this important? This is kind of some scare tactics, right? Lawsuits, regulations, the risks. 401ks are risky if you do them wrong. But there's some real benefits if you understand how to mitigate that risk. So then after that, we kind of dive into our firm and some of the history of our firm, and then back to some of the branding. Simplify, optimize, protect. Just powerful words to get your thinking. All right, we're gonna be, here on your side, which is good, which is important. But if you're the decision maker, is it changing your mind yet? All right, simplify administration. I don't know what 47% they guess. I guess focused on participants. Kind of interesting stat, but I don't think a game changer. Some more stats. How to auto enroll, why that's important. Now that's how old it is, 2014. More stats. So many stats, right? How to invest. So we kind of break that down here. Enrollment. So it's very, very corporate, kind of cold feeling. This was pretty standard, right? Creating a committee. Why hire us? We're passionate. We're fiduciaries. All the right words, but there's still not. It doesn't give me the feeling of, hey, I want to work with you, right? And that's what's missing. That's what the component was. All these things, what we offer, what we do. Super good stuff. There's a picture of us, all experience. So I think all in all, there's some good things to take away from that. But more importantly, I think it's a good example of what the classic sense of how 401ks were really kind of done and or how they were marketed. And I think there's been a drastic change of what a plan sponsor is and what captures their attention. And right now, they're at home. They're on their phones. They're on their computers. They are getting emails all day long about webinars, so that's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get them to a lunch anytime soon or a steak seminar or something like that. You're not going to be able to hold an event. So what can you do different? There's a lot you can do, but you have to think differently. So hopefully that's helpful. I just want to throw that out there and kind of just tell you a little bit about what I'm up to and get you a little bit excited because I'm super pumped because as we get more and more advisors getting their why story right and connecting that value to the right people that they are suited to help the most, we're going to change. We're going to make an impact. We're going to help people save for retirement and do a better job. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.